Andre Johnson, who's one of the great players in Texans history and generally not known to say much, tweeted, "If I'm Deshaun Watson, I will stand my ground. The Texans organization is known for wasting players' careers. Since Jack Easterby has walked into the building, nothing good has happened in or for the organization, and for some reason, someone can't seem to see what's going on. Pathetic." DeAndre Hopkins, who himself was traded out of Houston last year, copied up on that and tweeted, "When Dre speaks, listen." So let's come out and talk about this a little. There are very few hard, fast rules I have in life, Domonique, but one of them is when a quiet man speaks, listen. Andre Johnson really almost never, I didn't know what his voice sounded like when he was a great player in the National Football League. So for him to say this, I think bears doubly interesting to me. What do you think?
So this is related to those earlier stories we were talking about. This is a legacy story for Deshaun Watson. We're talking about guys defining their legacy. Deshaun Watson is trying to define it early on. So your point about Andre speaking is right. Andre is the ghost of Christmas future, coming back to visit Deshaun Watson and tell him what his career can be there in Houston and potentially what it can be elsewhere. I think sometimes it is overrated, the idea of being a good soldier. You get one chance at this career, one chance at this life. If you have an opportunity to change the context and make it better, that's fine. Being a good soldier doesn't work out when there's alarms going off and you're just going to sit there and keep giving people the news as if a fire is not coming to get you. Deshaun Watson knows that a fire is coming to get him. So he better get the hell out of there and make his career what he wants it to be.
Hopefully that your words are not prescient with regard to Graziano, myself, and the rest of us sitting in here. But let me come to you on that, D. What do you make of this? Somehow, the best thing that could have ever happened to an organization, which is that Deshaun Watson fell to them in the draft. He was the third quarterback taken the year that he came out, and he has turned out to be a top 5 quarterback in the league, and let's say that conservatively. What do you think of this and Andre Johnson saying what he did?
Well, to me, when I saw the tweet, it just spoke volumes to me, Greeny, because like you said, Andre Johnson is one of the quietest superstars that played in the National Football League, and for him to come out and say that, it just spoke volumes to me about where Deshaun Watson is in his career. Deshaun Watson is 25 years old, and just from everything that all the the Dan Graziano, that Adam Schefter. I mean, listen, he was promised that he was going to be a part of the process. And then you look at, the fact that, we're going to hire this search firm and we're going to look at all these different pieces. Then next thing you know, Nick Caserio is the GM, another New England guy. So you had Bill O'Brien, you got rid of him. Then you go back to the well to New England to hire Nick Caserio. And I'm sure Deshaun Watson's like, what in the hell is going on here? Like, you guys told me that I was going to be a part of the process. And this seems like New England South once again. And this is a young guy that's taking the bull by the horn and saying, you know what? I have power here. I have some leverage, and I want to use my leverage in this particular situation.
So, Dan, as we head into this offseason of uncertainty, and I'm going to show you in a minute, he was at the Rockets game last night, so he's in town. Is there I don't even know how to phrase this question. What are the real possibilities right now that we could see Deshaun Watson traded this offseason?
I think it depends on how far he's willing to push it, right? Like if they're convinced that he wants to sit out, that he'd rather sit out than play for them, then that forces their hand. They don't want to trade him, obviously. And there's no indication really that prior to this year that he hates it there. He just signed a contract extension a few months ago. So but I understand he's frustrated. My understanding is he's very angry with the way that the year played out, that he was the good soldier, that he never complained. He delivered at a high level performance-wise in spite of everything that happened, DeAndre Hopkins being traded, et cetera. And he feels like he's being cut out of this in a way that is insulting to him. So is the relationship repairable? And I think that's a question the team has to figure out how to answer in order to keep him from exercising the leverage that he may have.
Well, and just to sort of finish up the thought here, the two best players in the history of that organization are J.J. Watt and Andre Johnson. Here's Andre Johnson coming out and basically telling him, don't let them waste your career. And J.J. Watt walked off the field apologizing to him for a year of his career being wasted.
Nothing cryptic about Andre Johnson. The Texans organization is known for wasting players' careers. I mean, that is a thing to say publicly.
Is a mess. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.